This is going to be your guide to soloing elite areas in New World Aeternum. So yeah, you go on the map, it says you need 5 people, it's got a picture of a skull on fire. Seems pretty difficult, and if you just kind of walk in without crazy gear, you definitely get destroyed, and it really helps to go into recruitment chat, find a world tour, find an elite chest run, especially in Cutlass Keys. Someone's always doing Cutlass Keys, but if you just want to grab some chests and not wait for a group to form or wait on people to start one up, then you can use this guide to beat up on high-level enemies and loot the elite chests and stockpiles and get all the doubloons that you want. Even if it's just you, helps to have a friend. If you have a group of people, yeah, you can actually just kind of clear out these enemies without too much trouble. You're going to want ward potions that are strong against the enemies you're fighting in the elite area. Also good to have regeneration serum or oak flesh balm. That way if you get jumped by many enemies, you can just kind of hit those quickly in your consumables bar, and then that's going to make it to where maybe you don't die, and then you can kite it out and fight. Then everything is good from there. But as you can see, like, maybe someone tags along. You don't need a group, or you become your own group, and everything's good. Apparently I didn't grab this elite chest already, which is nice, because I don't have to wait for that group. We can take out the named enemy. It's fine. Yeah, it's slower than if you were just kind of fighting inside of a group, but you're able to do it yourself. Autonomy is a great thing to have. I respect the life staff void gauntlet this dude's going for. But yeah, and then like you use a honing stone, get more damage, GG easy. Weird thing is, if you go to the trading post and you look up the lost coating, it just doesn't sell because it seems to be like weirdly untradeable. It seems like you can also make it, but you need 150 arcane for that. But then that just gives you 15% damage against Lost, which is kind of crazy and will help out a lot. Now here's the part where the video becomes more of a guide to introduce you to the nuances of things you can pay attention to and optimize, because yeah, like you just get 700 gear score and you run into an elite area and you slowly grind it out. Ooh, what content. But with this, you can use a map to find all the chests in an area, and that's going to be the important part here, because elite chests, those only spawn once a day. So that's when you join the early morning or evening world tour or go through Cutlass Keys and you get all of the elite ones, and those are going to be tier 4 and tier 5, so you can just hover it on the map and it says, yep, these are the elite ones. And then you can further break it down to only show the stockpiles, because that's what you're going for if you want the rare loot, and then you can use that to target certain areas. Now I thought there were more regular stockpiles in this area that weren't elite, so I'm gonna go and check that out. But it just kind of shows like, oh yeah, you can also run into an elite area and then get your stockpiles as well, or if there's no run going, you just want to grab a couple of elite chests, you can do that, because yeah, that's like a quick little thing you can do. Like if you just want a couple, you run into here, you kill the name dude. We just got this elite stockpile earlier in the video, and then you can find some other ones that are like the outskirts of areas. You run in, kill the enemies, done. So yeah, what I like doing is just climbing up this mountain, and then I get into the stone skull fort that way, and then you get over to this area, and there should be some crates. See, this is why you got your stuff. You know? Ow. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm dead. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, I'm better? I'm better than the computer? Yeah, that's what I thought. There were multiple stockpiles over here. Now, I don't know if this is showing up as like a higher level crate. Like that's a tier 3 crate on the map or something, but it's actually a stockpile. And then we have the chests, which are more stockpiles. But these are both not elite, and they're just stockpiles, and you can still get like higher level loot from them. And then I just rolled legendary. So yeah, we have all kinds of fun stuff we can get. Bind on equip. Could have gone crazy. And then another stockpile down here. So yeah, you just want to grind out a couple of quick stockpiles, you can do it here. But the thing is, a stockpile being in an elite area isn't going to have better loot than other stockpiles. That's only the elite stockpiles that roll the different table. So this is like a lot of work for just a couple of stockpiles that, again, you can get through regular camps in Shattered Mountain. But also, this does have the benefit of the doubloon, so that'd be like one of the bigger reasons why you'd be out here. And yeah, regular stockpile. So every hour you can grab these 6 and some of the other ones nearby. And provision stockpile, that still has the higher doubloon drop. Also, I keep forgetting that I bound my gear sets to middle mouse button for easier access instead of like having to click on it through that. So yeah, keybinds and controls and optimizations. You should utilize those. Oh, and actually, since this area is cleaned out, I can quickly go to my luck one, because there's no enemies jumping me. So you can actually clear this area out, and then you can get some luck boosted stockpiles and see what you pull from those. These aren't even like the high level weird stockpiles. These are the full on chests that aren't on the map. And Legendary Helm. Bind on Equip. Shield Rush, Lightning Harnessing, Strike Conditioning. That's an interesting one. Oh, and we got these. I imagine very rare and rather expensive. This also goes into the luck guide that I made a few weeks ago, where there's certain areas you can do farming. So this Weaver's Fin stockpile run, that's how you can get stacked decks. And then the other higher level stockpiles, you can get all kinds of crazy stuff inside of it, like loaded dice and higher level furnishing materials. So yeah, if you just have good gear, you can run through Shattered Mountain every hour and pick up a lot of stockpiles. There's even a couple of elites in this area now, because like some elites got sprinkled in. So make a mental note. If you find like a grouping of stockpiles but it's not on the map, just be like, oh yeah, I want to come to this place and make it a core part of my farming route. Side note, I'm also suffering from success because I got a brass telescope, but it's 2 weeks into the server. This might be like one of 5 on the entire server, but no one can afford how rare they are because there hasn't been inflation yet. I don't know what it's worth. I'm putting it out for 77,000, so if you're on Aquarius West and you want to completely pimp out how wealthy you are, please buy this off of me. That when Brimstone Sands came out, this person made a guide to the rarest furniture, which is pretty baller. And in that, it was shown that the brass telescope has like a 1 in 1.6 million drop, and it can go up to 90k gold, but this is also after a server has been open for over a year. It was worth 90k, so I'm like, oh, 2 weeks in, has like a value of like 200k, potentially. I don't know, like if someone actually wants to be the only person with a brass telescope, that's going to be outrageously expensive because there's so few in the game. But no one has the money to afford it. Also, the crafting recipes for this were in previous seasons, so there's no season reward that diminishes the brass telescope, as far as I'm aware. So I actually have the rarest item in the entire server that could be worth hundreds of thousands, and I just want to get rid of it. I don't know. And now we just got posh curtains, which are not in that guide. So yeah, that's all the bloody posh curtains, but I feel like 50 is kind of a steal, and then I'm just going to flip them all for like $2.99, and eventually someone's going to buy the items. So also kind of gives you a scale, because I imagine that not many of these curtains have been bought. So you know, the brass telescope being 100 times more rare than this, it doesn't matter if there's more accessible luck in the game, more people are doing chest runs, and there's more like elite chests to loot from. So yeah, there's gotta be less than 10 brass telescopes in a fresh start server right now. Hopefully something happens there, but yeah, just kind of showing you like this is why you do the runs. You either get a sick piece of gear that's worth tons of money, or it's the upgrade you've been fishing for, and it kind of like changes all of your gameplay, or you just go for the loot. It's an actual loot box, and you can earn it by punching through high-level enemies. That's the fun of this game, the grind. Also, you just kind of want to loot everything for doubloons, so if they're easier and more accessible, and then you can make your own route, where it's like, yeah, you run through here, maybe touch up on this area, you can grab some of the things in this area, and then boom, run over this camp, get like a couple dozen more doubloons, and now you're set up, have your quest going, maybe run out, and then like, yeah, now you're just flushed with doubloons, and you can use that to get upgrades and all kinds of extra crazy gear, and that's kind of what this video is showing and setting up. Now, as for how I go about this content, I have multiple gear sets. So this one is a full luck gear set. If there's someone doing a chest run or a tour, then I can just kind of put in all my luck, hide inside the crowd, and get the most luck possible on the chest. But then I have a farming one that I'm trying to build out, because getting Enchanted Ward, luck, high gear score with the perfect loadout equip load, good luck, have fun with that. But yeah, so we have some Enchanted Ward, luck, and then instead of having pearls, since I'm soloing it, I am putting in the onyxes. So I'm able to find a little bit of luck while keeping the power to solo this content, and as I get like better gear, better stuff, I can swap out a couple of the onyxes, put in a bit more pristine pearls, and increase my luck, because luck is very powerful in this game. It's not like, oh, I get 10% more luck, and then that gives me you know, makes it from 1 in 1,000 odds to 1 in 900 odds. So if we have 0% luck, the odds of getting a loaded dice are 1 in 18,000, and if we add just 10% to that, it's 1 in 6,000. So yeah, it's not like, oh, now it's like 1 in 16,000. No, you get insane cuts from the value of luck, and if you just got like any amount of luck, you get where you have the luck gear and then you splash in a pearl and you go as much as that. So now let's add, another 17% into it. So now we're at 26%. Oh, 1 in 2,000. We got trophies or meals or any little bit of extra that comes into it. Our bags. You don't even need the best bags, and then that drops it down to now 1 in 2,000 just by adding another 7% from the bags. So if you're walking around with 30% luck, it's like 8-9 times more likely that you're going to get the item that you're looking for. So that's why it's like, yeah, you want to still find luck while having the strongest gear. And if you're trying to run any kind of chest runs, then you want all the luck possible, all the pearls, everything, and then maybe you can get the crazy rolls. Also, don't forget to use your attribute food, but that's mostly it for the video. Just kind of going, yeah, even though you got slapped out of an elite area when you didn't have gear, once you do some runs, save some money, buy some gear, get some upgrades, and focus on handling this content, you can solo it yourself, and it's something to consider. And it's going to be really quick and easy Mystic doubloons, and then depending on the chest and stockpiles you're trying to loot, you can get some really good items. And then if you have any questions about my gear, like how do you have a 725 Void Gauntlet? I have guides. How'd you get the Dark Plate? Guides. How'd you afford all this? Guides. I've already covered it, and now we're snowballing it, and that's why you like, comment, subscribe, share, check out the playlist, because I'm just going by my own advice. I haven't kept anything secret from you guys. I started making guides before Aeternum because I had a lot of experience in base New World, and then I just kind of carried it and kept developing my game sense and game skill. And now we're here, and now I'm crushing content. And then to end the video, we can give you guys some loot boxes because, hey, I've got a lot of doubloons now. We didn't get any kind of crazy legendary loot, but yeah, see, doubloons are back. We can buy the Mystic Key soon. So the weekly reset is about to happen. There's going to be new mutations, there's going to be more artifacts to grind, and hopefully you're keeping up with the guides and the videos and dominating New World for yourself. So if you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.